So we welcome you to game number 2 of our double header between the Spiral Cave Bunnies and the Adirondack Mechanic 5s. Before we get you the starting lineups, BBQ, what were your thoughts about game number 1?
Well, the Mechanic 5s were in a slump, and they needed to break out in a big way, and they really did that in game number 1, scoring 3 runs in the first. A 5-run third really propelled them the rest of the way. Onochu didn't get out of the 4th, but Leno was really able to bail out the pitching staff. 4 1/3 innings, just the one blemish in terms of a home run by Smilefires, but overall, 6 innings of 1-run ball out of the bullpen for the Mechanic 5s gets them the game 1 victory, and now they'll be looking for some length out of their game 2 starter this evening.
Yeah, so let's go get into the lineups as soon as I'm able to get them up onto the screen. So as soon as we're able to make magic happen here live on the stream. BBQ, we'll start off with the Adirondack Mechanic 5s as the away team. They will be... Here we go. And... there it is.
Okay, you want me to take this one? Sure.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, leading off again in left field for the second game in a row. Leading off will be Yarn Dragon Tracy. Shock Ninja will be back at second base, batting second. Tramp Royale, who had a good game at third base in the 3-hole. Not a lot of changes in this lineup, a couple of changes from game 1. Silly Person will remain at first and remain in the cleanup spot, batting fourth at first base. Archangel Sax moves up in the lineup to take the 5th spot and will patrol center field. Captain will be holding down shortstop for the second game in a row. The captain will be batting 6th. Panzer Dave back in right field from the left side of the plate will be batting 7th. The catcher for game 2 will be Eterna Nocturnum. They'll be batting 8th. And tonight's starting pitcher in the nightcap of the doubleheader will be Mike as a fighter. Rick, is this Mike's first start of the year?
No, Mike as a fighter was on the mound for game number 1 of the season, which was the one that the Adirondack Mechanic 5s won. Mike as a fighter, I believe, did not get credit for the win. I believe Kiki got credit for the win in that game.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. And on the bench, we had some surprises on the bench in game 1, but we've got a full roster of folks on the bench here for the Mechanic 5s. In game 2, including Snow Bear and Aldog on the bench, and we've got Onochu, who started game 1 in the bullpen. Kiki closed it out, and Leno with 4 1/3 scoreless innings in game 1, as well as Ralphie unavailable in the bullpen if needed. And for the home team lineup, the Spiral Cave Bunnies, Rick, take it away.
All right, so we do have several changes coming up here for the Spiral Cave Bunnies. For instance, you will see Z-Man over batting first. BBQ, you're still batting second, but you're moving over to the third base. Moonrisen Phoenix is going back out to left field. Smile Fires center field, batting 4th. Sigil back to first base, batting 5th. Mr. Cab is corrected to be over at shortstop for this game as opposed to third base, batting 6th. Coconut Ed right field. Malcure is going to be behind home plate. Late Bit is on the mound for this game, so let's get this game going. BBQ, final game of this homestand.
Right. Yeah. Both lineups approved. We are underway. We're ready to play ball here in game 2 of the doubleheader.
So we're going to start off with the Adirondack Mechanic 5s as they hope to even out this season at 3-3. Yarn Dragon Tracy, 272 hitter. What did they do in game 1 of this doubleheader? Well, they got a single to start off game 2, and this actually will be more than a single as it goes right past Coconut Ed. Coconut Ed tracking it down. No, it's just going to be a single as, wow, Coconut Ed tracking it down fast to keep it just a single.
And this is what I get for switching from pencil to pen from game 1 to game 2, is I started to write a double, and no, it's in fact a single. My box score is already a mess as Shock Ninja fouls that ball off for strike 2.
Shock Ninja 0-2 looks ball 1. Hit over towards short. Fires to second for one. Over to first, not in time. So shocks on the fielder's choice.
All right.
But Yarn Dragon Tracy retired.
And my box score is saved. I'm able to color carefully over the runner moving to second. So
huzzah! Here's Tramp Royal, 450 hitter, batting third at third base. Hits this up into the air. Tracking it down is Coconut Ed to make the out. 2 away. Here's Silly Person, 363 hitter, first base. Swings at a pitch inside, strike one. That was trying to curve inside too, or curve back over the plate. Right through the middle. It's a base hit. Shot goes to third. Silly Person on at second.
I'm surprised that got through. That found the narrowest of holes between first base and second base, but that slow dribbler allowed Shock to make the turn at second and make it over to third.
So Shock on with a single, first and third, Archangel Sex. Big game, getting promoted up to the 5 spot after a very, very nifty first game.
Yeah, 4 for 5 in game 1 really helped the bottom of the order for the Mechanic 5 stay productive.
Trying to see if Arch would chase outside. Leapit doesn't get Archangel to swing. Here, right to third. Fires over to second. Side retired. So a little bit of trouble early on for the Spiral Cape Bunnies, but Leapit is able to hold them scoreless. 2 left on base. It was 2 hits, no runs. As we reach the middle of the first, no score on the bun.
All right, so already in game 2, Spiral Cave Bunnies were able to dance out of trouble and get a clean slate in the first. So they have the opportunity. They have some big bats coming up early, as well as in the middle of their lineup. So they have an opportunity to reclaim a lead here for the first time today.
Z-Man up first at second base. Started off hot this season, but has cooled off the last couple of games. Hits us right to the pitcher for out 1.
Well, that was a heat-seeking missile off the bat of Z-Man, but yeah, the pitcher was able to grab it. Here's a ground ball by me. Am I going to be able to leg it out? No, just got the runner.
So 5-3 put out. Here's Moonrisen Phoenix. Hits us down the left field line. That's going to be at least a hit as Moonrisen Phoenix rounds first. Chasing it down is Yarn Dragon Tracy. And on at second with a stand-up double with 2 outs is Moonrisen Phoenix for Smile Fires at the bat. Hit over. This is going to be a single. Scooped up by Archangel Sex. Trying to head on home, but not going to get too far. Was Moonrisen Phoenix. So Moonrisen Phoenix was hold off at third. Smile Fires on with a single. First and third. 2 away for Sigil.
A break for the Mechanic 5s there. That looked for all the world like Moonrisen was going to be able to score easily, but some good work on the relay throw-in was able to prevent the run from scoring.
Sigil takes a strike down the middle, 1-1, right to the pitcher, fires over to second, side retired. So both teams leaving 2 on base after 1, no score on the bun.
So low scoring affair so far, but no shortage of action on the bases or in the field. Both teams threatened in the first inning, but neither team able to scratch a run across.
Both teams sending 5 to the plate the first inning, so we're going to start both sides with the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, starting off with Captain. Captain, who batted 5th in the last game. Captain is hit 2 singles in the first game of the doubleheader. At shortstop, Leapit delivers. And this popped up into the air and right to BBQ. You make the first out. Didn't even have to move much an inch.
At third base, if we can keep all the chances at third base that easy, that'd be great for me. Just for my personal safety.
Panzer Dave hits into a 4-3 put out. And here's the turn of Nocturnum right to you, pretty much the same way. You asked for it, you got it, BBQ. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we're already starting the bottom of the second before we can slide pitchers over. Where was that ball going? I mean, it was already an out, but all right.
That makes me wonder if there was maybe some stuff on the ball and the first baseman didn't want the umpire to get a look at it. Just like, oh, sorry, we gave it to a fan. Don't worry about it.
Here's Coconut Ed. Inside, ball 1. Coconut Ed, 363 hitter on the season. 2-1 the count. Mike is a fighter, delivers, and this over the head of the third base, past Yard Dragon Tracy, against the wall. Coconut Ed, rounding second, and we'll think best of it as Yarn Dragon Tracy picks it up. Malchior, 142 hitter. 1 away, swings at this, hits it over to third, gets out, and fired over to second, try to check up on Yard Dragon Trace, or rather on Coconut Ed. Whoa, sliding in there and gets it for the out. Side retired.
That saved a run right there, Rick. That was ticketed for right field and could have rolled for days and could have resulted in Spiral Cave Bunny striking first. But a good defensive play at first by Sigil saves a run, and we're still scoreless here in the top of the third.
So 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 1 left on base. End of 2. It is still no score. We're starting off a pitcher's duel here on the Bun.
Yeah, quite the change of pace from game 1 that had instant offense and by this point had 8 runs for the visitors. So I don't know if the bats, spent all the good, used all the good hits in game 1, but so far a lot of action, not signifying a lot of runs.
Mike is a fighter, the first one up to bat here in the top of the third, and for the call of the third inning, we go to the wonderful, awesome partner of mine, bbq.gov.
Thank you, Rick. Always good to work with you. It'll be 9-1-2 hitters to start the top of the third here. Starting with Mike as a fighter, swings at the first pitch and chops an inside fastball foul for strike 1. Comes the 0-1 pitch from Late Bits. Sidearms one in, and that catches the inside corner for strike 2. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. Really well thrown by Late Bit to get their first strikeout of the day. Whoop, something happened. Oh, we were doing a replay. Okay. We have an out to first base. We're not sure quite how that happened. We're going to call that a line out to first. And here's a lazy fly ball to left field. Moonrise Phoenix is going to settle under that for a quick 1-2-3, top of the third. No runs, no hits, nothing across. As we head to the bottom of the third, still no score, but the top of the order coming up for the Spiral Cave Bunnies, beginning with Z-Man, who lined out to begin the bottom half of the first inning.
You know, we're going to call that the technical director did not notice that the pitcher was about to pitch, so they missed the play right there while they're trying to show the replay of the strikeout.
Well,
so
that happened.
Things like that do happen from time to time, but yes, as you pointed out, we got the top 3 of the lineup here, starting off with Z-Man, who lined one right back to Mike is a fighter for the first out of this home first.
Yes, he did. Batters have been swinging a lot of first pitches in this game, which is made for a really quick pace. We're already in the bottom of the third. Speaking of swinging at the first pitch, Z-Man does exactly that and lines a one-hop single to center field. So a leadoff single here to start the top of the bottom of the third, and this will bring up some guy who kind of hits a slow roller towards the second baseman. Everyone's going to be safe. That's an infield hit. And all of a sudden, Spiral Cave Bunnies have 2 on and nobody out. Something cooking here with the heart of the order coming up in Moonrise Phoenix.
Yeah, I have no idea how that all came about, but that was a solid piece of hitting right there. From you.
It looked like a check swing roller to me. That was
you take him how you get him.
Yeah. For every one of those you get, over the course of the season, you'll end up with a screaming line drive that ends up right in someone's glove. So It all evens out.
Oh!
But, what's that?
Well, oops, that is on me right there. We just missed Moon Risen Phoenix hitting a home run.
Oh my! Oh well. So all of a sudden, folks, it's 3-0. Sometimes the action happens so fast that you blink and you miss it. But Moon Risen Phoenix, I'm guessing, jumped on the first pitch. And we have an Earl Weaver type of 3-run homer here. A solid single, a little bloop, and then all of a sudden a 3-run homer, and just like that, Spiral Cave Bunnies take their first lead of the day. It's 3-0 off of Mike as a Fighter, and there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the third.
So while the technical crew is getting yelled at in the truck, there's a conference going on the mound right now, trying to calm down Mike as a Fighter, who's allowed 3 straight hits to start off this home third. The technical producer has just mentioned that we're going to go take a commercial break when we get the next time out, but that's probably because there's going to be a new technical producer coming in to do the 4th inning.
Yeah, boy, it's always good to have backups. Always good to have a solid bench. So, first pitch swinging here, Smile fires and hits a 1-hop rocket to second base. 4-3 the put out there for Shock Ninja, and just like that, the visit to the mound worked. There's 1 out, and now Sigil swings at the first pitch. That is inside fastball, a 1-hop throw across the diamond by Tramp Royale. Will record out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 outs, and now Mr. Cab, he swings at the first pitch and chops a single through the hole on the right side to extend this inning. 1 runner on with 2 out. That'll bring up Coconut. And Coconut, again, swinging at the first pitch, jumping all over Mike is a Fighter here, but lines out to short to end the inning. But the Spiral Cave Bunnies strike first. 3 runs on 4 hits. The big swing, a 3-run homer by Moon Risen Phoenix. And all of a sudden, the Spiral Cave Bunnies are in front. 3-0 as we head to the top of the 4th. Heart of the order coming up. For the Mechanic 5s, we have Tramp Royale, Silly, and Archangel coming up. Here to see if Mike is a Fighter, now that he's been staked to a lead, can put these bats on silent mode and maintain a 3-run lead here.
Don't worry, the technical director is getting smacked. Or sacked.
Or both. Whatever they like, whatever they like. We're not picky around here.
It's not a fun day here at the Bun. All right, there we go. Top of the 4th. Here we go.
All right, so Late Bid has a lead to work with here. You're going to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Tramp Royale lines a pitch to right field. That is just out of the reach of Coconut. That's going to be extra bases for Tramp Royale. Their first hit of the day. That's a double to right, and all of a sudden, the Mechanic 5 striking right back. Runner on second, nobody out, and Silly Person up.
You would have thought maybe Coconut was going to die for that ball.
Yeah, that may be one where it just kind of tailed away at the last minute. As Silly Person slaps a single through the hole on the right side to right field. The fake run home by Tramp Royale, but doesn't catch the defense napping. But we have runners on the corners with nobody out. And Archangel lifts a lazy fly ball down the line to left field, just foul and just out of the reach of Moon Risen Phoenix. Strike 1. Archangel deals and fires and curves a ball in there for strike 2 on the inside corner. 0-2. Archangel swings, a little pop-up. Second baseman Z-Man is going to drift over there and record out number 1. A big out for the defense here. Here's Captain swinging at the first pitch. Going 5-3 across. The runner on first does move up to second, but Tramp unable to go home. So now it's second and third, 2 outs, and Panzer Dave is up and takes strike 1.
Panzer Dave, the only person who's had the home run for the Adirondack Mechanic 5s this season.
Oh, hits it hard, but hits it right at the shortstop and does not beat out the throw across. From Mr. Cab. 2 hits on the inning, but the Mechanic Fives leave runners stranded at second and third, and through 3.5, it still remains 3-0 in favor of the Spiral Cave Bunnies.
Big lockdown right there by Lapit to get the following 3 batters out to get himself out of that jam as we hit to the bottom of the 4th with Melchior up on deck right now, getting ready to get into the batter's box. Hit one right over to Silly Person for the first out. Or sorry, the second out of inning number 2.
All right, and back we go. Bottom of the 4th inning here. Mike is a fighter. Has got a 3-run lead. Going to see what they can do with it. No, Mike gave up the 3 runs. That's a lazy fly ball to center by Melchior. It's going to drop in for a hit. So Melchior on the board, the first hit of the day, and the leadoff runner is on for the pitcher, Late Bit, who takes a fastball inside for ball 1.
You take him how you can get him.
Out. Yeah. Oh, a bunt here. It's popped up. Can the pitcher get over there in time? Yes. Tries to double the runner off of first base, but Melchior is able to get back safely. And now we're back to the top of the order with Z-Man.
Yeah, you really would like to actually move the runner over when you bunt like that, not pop it up way up into the air.
Yeah, especially with a hitter like Z-Man. This is a fly ball to right field. Dave is going to drift under it, make the catch, throw back behind the runner, try to double up Melchior, but no doing there. And instead, it's my nemesis, BDQ.biz, with a chopper through the left side.
What
That's going to get through
they doing?
That was kind of an I got it, you take it kind of situation. I think two defenders on the left side of the field there, but between Tramp and Captain, neither could really make up their mind who was going to dive for it. And as a result, there are 2 on with 2 out now. And look who's up. It's the guy who just hit a 3-run homer in his last at-bat, Moonrisen Phoenix, with 2 runners on again in the 4th.
2 for 2 day for Moonrisen Phoenix.
2 for 2, 2 extra base hits as he takes a fastball inside for ball 1. Mike smartly trying to back Moonrisen off the plate and is able to sneak a strike through for strike 2. 1-2 pitches lined hard, but right at the shortstop Captain to end the inning and end the threat. We're through 4 innings here. 2 hits again for the Spiral Cave Bunnies, but nothing across. It remains 3-0 in favor of the Bunnies through 4 innings. And Rick, it's a 3-0 game, not nearly as many runs scored as in game 1, but no shortage of action. Runners all over the place, lots of defense, lots of excitement, a little bit of questionable infield defense, but otherwise a really well played game.
Yeah, a little bit of action between these 2 teams. Both teams have had some good opportunities as we hit the top of the 5th with a turn of Nocturnum.
Yeah, and we will pass the play-by-play back over to the one and only Adirondack Rick.
All right, this gets popped up, trying to track it down as Mr. Cab runs on over to get to the catch for the first out. We do have a pinch hitter coming into the game. And surprise, surprise.
This is, do you know this man? Because I don't think I know this man.
So, heading up to bat here in the 5th inning to take the role of Mike as a fighter is Bat C1. Bat C1, it's their first time up playing, and that's as much as I can tell you. You know how they give us a media guide about these players? Bat C1's page doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're supposed to do that. Well, swinging at the first pitch in their team debut, they're able to chop one to second base, and Z-Man's able to record the out.
Yarn Dragon Tracy doing the same thing. That'll be a 4-3 to retire the side. So, nothing doing for the Adirondack Mechanic 5s there in that 5th. And we're going to see the pitching change with Ondachu coming in to start off the home 5th. So, the night is over for Mike is a fighter. We can close the book on Mike is a fighter, pitching 4 innings of work in this game.
Yeah, 4 innings, three runs. Really, the only one that really did any major damage was the big 3-run homer at the beginning of the 3rd inning by Moonrisen Phoenix. That's the difference in the game so far. But interesting choice by the manager here to bring Ondachu back in. Onochu started game 1, but only went 3+ innings and got kind of knocked around a little bit at the beginning of the 3rd inning. That was the inning that really blew things open for the Mechanic 5. So interesting choice here to bring Onochu back. A good ERA, under 3 for the season, but Onochu's got some work to do. He has to deal with Smile, Fire, Sigil, and Mr. Cab here to lead off the 4th.
And you got some work to do against the 4, 5, 6 hitters who are currently 2, 4, 6 on this game. Starting off with Smile Fires, who hit a single. Smile Fires had a big base hit back in the first game of this double header. Takes the first pitch foul for strike 1. Slams this, but foul for a souvenir for the fans, or maybe for the parking lot.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not parked on that side of the building.
I am.
Oh no.
Flying out to right field, Dave's underneath it for the first out of the 5th inning, and here is Sigil. 400 hitter now. 0 for 2 today. This is going to head over to Shock Ninja for the 2nd out. So 2 away for Mr. Cab. Mr. Cab takes the first pitch foul for strike 1. 0-1 now to Mr. Cab. And looks inside for a ball 1, or outside rather, 1-1. Just outside, ball 2. 2-1 now to Mr. Cab. Inside, ball 3. So a 3-1 count to Mr. Cab here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 away. Just hits the edge of the plate. Strike 2. Pops this up. Heading over from right field is Panzer Dave. Makes the catch. Side retired. So nothing doing there for the Spiral Cape Bunnies. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. End of 5. They lead 3-0 here on the Bun.
Rick, a well-pitched game so far by Late Bit. Late Bit came in with a bit of a high ERA, around 7.5, but so far, been through the lineup twice and 5 shutout innings so far as we head to the top of the 6th, staked to a 3-run lead. We haven't really seen any dip in velocity or stuff so far, so Late Bit's been able to hang in there. We'll see how well Late Bit's able to do 3rd time through the lineup here.
Yep, got the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up here, starting off with Shock Ninja. Pops this up. That was a very slow pitch there from Late Bit, but underneath it is Moon Risen Phoenix for the first out. And here's Tramp Royal. Hit a double last time up, stranded at 3rd. Bouncer over to Z-Man, fires the Sigil for the 2nd out, 4-3 put out. 2 away now for Silly Person. Silly Person hits this over towards right. That's going to go for an extra base hit. Perhaps, nope. Retreating back to 1st. Wise decision with how fast that got thrown back in by Coconut Ed.
Yeah, Coconut Ed did not have a lot of range there to be able to get there and cut that ball off before it got to the wall. But once he did, expertly played off the wall. That ball didn't ricochet very far.
Yeah, look at this throw.
And make a strong throw. Skip the cutoff man. One hopped it right to short to be able to hold Silly Person to a single.
3rd single of the game for Silly Person. Here's Archangel Sax. And it looks like we're going to try to throw to 2nd for the caught stealing. Silly Person gets thrown out. And Archangel Sax will be back up to bat when we begin the 7th inning. Well, there was the 1 hit, but they got thrown out. So no errors, no runs, nobody left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-0 Spiral Cape Bunnies.
Yeah, and you understand the logic there. If you're the Mechanic 5s, you're trying to get a spark. You're now through 6 shutout innings. You're trying to find offense any way you can get it. You picked the right pitch to go on. It was a slow breaking ball, but really strong throw from the catcher there to be able to get the runner. Malchior cutting down the runner and ending the top of the 6th.
So bottom of the 6th coming up here. The bottom of the order for the Bunnies. Crushed by Coconut Ed. That's out of here. Home run!
Boy, Ed jumped that first pitch fastball, and he did not miss it. Drives it out probably about 380 feet, and all of a sudden, this 3-run lead is stretched to 4.
Onichu popping this up, or rather Malcure pops this out. Underneath it is Bit Dave for the first out of the 6th inning. Here's Late Bit still playing in this game. Solid 6 innings worth of work here for Late Bit. Looks at a strike 2. And pops this up. Shock is right immediately underneath it for the second out. So we head to the top of the lineup. Here's Z-Man. Hit a single back in the 3rd inning, 1 for 3. It's just down the third base line. Fires from Tramp to Silly for the outside retired. But the home run from Coconut Ed, making this a 4-0 lead for the Spiral K Bunnies here on the bun.
And that's a big insurance run. To be able to go from 3 to 4 runs means you can probably relax a little bit more in terms of worrying about when do you need to consider pulling Late Bit, if at all. You had to use your bullpen a lot in game 1, so you're only able to get 3 innings out of your starting pitcher. So the length the Late Bit's able to give you here is really going to help in terms of strategy down the stretch.
And you got to also remember the fact that the Spiral K Bunnies yesterday had their pitcher go all 9 innings.
Absolutely. No, that makes a huge difference. I mean, yeah, the less work, the less tax you have to put on your bullpen, the more you can use them strategically. And the more you can keep guys fresh for later in the year, which is going to be important as you continue to have double headers throughout the schedule.
So for the top of the 7th inning, we turn it back over to bbq.gov.
All right, thank you, Rick. We got the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. Archangel, Captain, and Pan Your Dave. As Late Bit has been cruising here through 6 innings and leads off the first pitch, top of the 7th, a slow, I'll call that a fastball, outside for strike 1, or outside for ball 1.
At some point, it may have been a fastball.
It kind of sort of looked like it. This is trouble heading to the gap, but look who showed up. It's the right fielder, Coconut Ed, drifting over to make a nice catch in right center for out number 1. But jumping the first pitch and slapping a single through the 6.5 hole on the left side is Captain. For his first hit of the day, he's on with a single to left. 1 out, and lefty on lefty matchup. It's Panzer Dave, and he finds a hole on the right side. These hits aren't hard, but they're finding holes, and all of a sudden, the Mechanic Fives are cooking here. Bottom of the order has gotten 2 runners on with 1 out, and the manager is wasting no time. Shutout be damned. This is a serious threat here in the top of the 7th, and Late Bit is out of the game, and look who we're bringing in. We're bringing in the man who closed out things in game number 1. It's Fred Coughlin.
Yeah, and I can understand this. Your pitcher going 6 1/3, starting to lose a little bit of its velocity. You only have a 4-run lead. You don't really want this to spiral out of control, no pun intended.
Oh, you can intend all the puns you want. I'm all in favor of puns. But yeah, taking no chances here. And you could see the dip in velocity that Late Bit was suffering through. As there's a strike, fastball in the inside corner to Eterna to even the count at 1-1. Breaking ball just missed the front of the outside corner. 2-1. Here comes a 2-1 pitch from Fred. Popped up. This has a chance to drop, however, and it is. Now, where's that throw going to go? It's going to go to third, and there's going to be a force out at third. Bit of an odd play, but at the end of the day, it's a fielder's choice, 7-5. But we remain with 2 runners on, but now 2 out. They're at first and second for the pitcher, Onichu. Let's see what the manager of the Mechanic Fives decides to do here.
Not too many times you see a 7-5 put out.
It's rare, but that was an odd situation where the shortstop couldn't get over in time. The third baseman had to go cover third, and that found a hole. Chopped by Onichu. This is going to go 6-4 for the force out at second to end the inning. So a big threat there, dodged. Manager brings in Fred to close the door in the 7th. So 2 hits, but no runs across for the Mechanic Fives. it's stretch time here in game 2 of the doubleheader. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. The score remaining, Spiral Cave Bunnies 4, Adirondack Mechanic 5's nothing.
Yeah, pretty sweet to be able to get that locked down, and that was exactly what the Spiral Cave Bunnies needed. There in the top of the 7th, Fred came in, got things done, and they're breathing easily right now over there. I mean, they were definitely a little, maybe agitated to say the least, when they lost 9-4 in the first game of that doubleheader.
And I wouldn't blame them one bit, because it came all of a sudden. 3 runs at the top of the first, right? And before you even have a chance to come up to bat, you're in a hole. And then you're down 8-1 after 3. And yeah, if you have a lead here, you're trying to get a split of a doubleheader. A split is fine most of the time. You do not want to get swept in a doubleheader at home. That's just not a good feeling for the team. So
definitely not.
Take no chances. Lock this one down if you can. And off we go to the bottom of the 7th. 2, 3, and 4 hitters here.
Starting off with you, who scored a run back in the 3rd inning. How much energy did you have to exert to get around those bases?
More than should be allowed by law.
Well, I mean, it helped the fact that it was a home run that was crushed by Smile Fires, or rather Moonrisen Phoenix there. It helped that was that. So you just had to trot as opposed to actually dash the bases.
Yeah, although I will say Moonrisen is faster than I am, so I had to run maybe a little harder than you might think. There's a slow dribbler up the middle past the mound, but second baseman Shock Ninja is able to corral it.
Just think if you actually ran at your peak velocity.
Oh God, that's a frightening thing to think of. I'm more concerned about stopping at that point than I am getting there. Chopper to deep short, and Moonrisen Phoenix with his 3rd hit of the day is able to beat that out. He's got a single, a double, and a home run today. Line drive to the gap in right center by Smile Fires. That's going to get all the way to the wall. That's extra bases. Moonrisen Phoenix heads to 3rd, and all of a sudden, we have 2nd and 3rd, and wasting no time. Onachu out. Kiki Maha is in. Pitched in game 1 of the doubleheader. And pitched, I believe, an inning and 2/3 to close out game 1. And has a tall order here. Going to the right-hander. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. And Sigil at the plate. Sigil 0 for 3 today. But was 1 for 3 in game 1. And has been cool right now, but has been a really useful bat in the middle of the lineup for the Spiral Cave Bunnies.
Yeah, it kind of needs to get things back going with that cycle right now. 1 for 6. Had a walk in there, but now would be a real good time to get that back going once again with 2 runners on, 2nd and 3rd, 1 away. You want to at least get 1 run across home plate.
If you can, absolutely. Now, what'll be interesting here is there's a base open. So you could intentionally walk Sigil, or you could intentionally walk Sigil. Maybe pitch around Sigil a little bit and take your chances with Mr. Cab with a force at any base. So some options for Kiki here in terms of how to attack Sigil. But it looks like they're going to at least, they're not going to go for the regular intentional walk here. They're going to pitch away. So we'll see what happens here. So 2nd and 3rd, 1 down, 4-0 lead for the Spiral Cave Bunnies, and a line drive back to the mound. Sigil drilled that ball, but right at the pitcher. That's a huge out for the Mechanic 5. Now there are 2 out, and the infield can play back with 2 runners in scoring position as Mr. Cab comes to the plate. But my word, you can't hit it any harder than Sigil did right there.
Yeah, and that was very unfortunate right to the pitcher to create the out. As we'll look at this on the replay, right rocking. Thankfully, everyone was able to get back to prevent that from being a double up.
Yeah, that's a really good call. Moonrisen with the heads up play. It would be real easy to get doubled off there, but stayed close to the bag and wanted to wait for that ball to go through. And it's a good thing he did, because now he remains in scoring position as the counts run to 2-0 on Mr. Cab here. So Kiki having a little trouble finding the strike zone. That fastball's outside for ball 3. 3-0 pitch. Mr. Cab swinging 3-0 and dribbles one just foul. So bailed out a little bit there. 3-1 pitch incoming here from Kiki to Mr. Cab. That's a fastball for a strike. So full count, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, and a call on the outside corner. Mr. Cab goes down looking to end the threat in the bottom of the 7th.
Wow.
My gosh, that was. I don't think we have ABS in Baseball Stars, but if we did, I would imagine that Mr. Cab would immediately be tapping the helmet, wanting to challenge that, because that was barely on the outside corner. A really good pitch by Kiki at a really good time to get out of trouble and prevent further damage. My goodness.
Yeah, that was huge for the Adirondack Mechanic Fives, because now you have your top of your lineup heading to the top of the 8th, and they are down 4-0. So they prevented any further damage. Now they need to get the runners on base and to produce.
They need to do just that, and they've got the top of the order here. This is their best opportunity to do it. Swinging on the first pitch is Yarn Dragon Tracy. She lets a fly ball to right field. Coconut Ed's going to settle under it and record out number 1. That'll bring up Shock Ninja, who is 0 for 3 today, grounded into a fielder's choice, and flight out to left twice. Swings over the top of a breaking ball for strike 1. Followed by a fastball inside. 1-1 count as Fred delivers the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped to short. That's deep in the hole. A good throw gets him, but no. Shock Ninja is able to beat it out. That's an infield single for their first hit of the day. That brings up Tramp Royale, who swings at the first pitch and similarly finds a hole on the right side. Coconut Ed's going to bring that in. The throw comes into third. So no further advancement there, but 2 on and 1 out. And Fred's got some work to do here with Silly Person coming up with 2 on and 1 out. Again, first pitch swinging. Silly pops one up to right field. Coconut Ed is under it. And he's going to run it in. No advancement by the runner on second. So 2 out now for Archangel Sax. Archangel Sax takes ball 1. 0 for 3 today. Curveball caught the outside corner. Well-placed ball by Fred for strike 1. Fastball inside for ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, chopped to second. They'll go the short way and get Tramp Royale at second. 4-6 for the force out. So 2 runners on, 2 left on base, but nothing across. For the Mechanic Fives in the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 4-0, and one more chance for the Spiral Cave Bunnies to tack on here, Rick.
Yeah, so you would have thought if you really was going to take it the hard way, Z-Man would have just tagged out the runner there. I mean, the runner had nowhere to really go at that point because of the force out. But 4-6, that's how that goes. So right now, Kiki's got the bottom 3 of the lineup.
Yes, got Coconut Ed, Malchior, and probably a pinch hitter for Fred at this point, you would imagine. So we'll keep an eye on that as this goes. But
can you really trust what the computer does in this game?
I can't.
I can't either.
I'm not managing the teams, so I'm just here to call the action and talk about sponsorships and things. So
and who's sponsoring this game?
Oh, tonight's game, the Nightcap, because it's the Nightcap, of course, is sponsored by alcohol. If you've ever been to a sporting event or a concert or anything, and you felt like you needed some sort of assistance in order to make it through the game, alcohol has you covered.
Are they still serving it here at the bottom of the 8th?
I don't think they are. I think for doubleheaders, they typically cut that off like around the 6th inning because people need to get home.
Please get home safely.
That's right. Don't drink and drive, folks. That's our message here. Brought to you by twitch.tv/AdirondackRick.
Thank you. And back to twitch.tv/bbq.gov.
All right. Bottom of the 8th here. First pitch swinging is Coconut Ed. Lines one out to short. A nice play at short by the captain to pick that one off the turf. One quick out here as Malchior comes up. Takes the ball inside. Malchior 1 for 3. Singled in the 4th inning, but was stranded at second base. Swung on, a lazy pop-up down the right field line. That's drifting towards the stands, and that's going to one-hop into the bleachers. Nice souvenir for someone. 1-1 pitch coming from Kiki to Mal. Swung on, another pop-up. This one's going to stay fair. The second baseman's kind of given up on this one, ceding to Panzer Dave, who's able to squeeze it for out number 2.
Fred is going to stay at bat.
Interesting choice here. Fred's been throwing pretty well. Chopped the first pitch down the line, but rolls foul for strike 1. Fred 1 for 3 at the plate on this young season. Really nice pitch by Kiki catching the outside corner there. It's 0-2. Fred kind of pushes one to the right side here. Scooped up by Shock Ninja. Over to first for the out. 1, 2, 3. Go the Spiral Cave Bunnies. No runs, no hits, nothing across. But the score remains 4-0 as we head into a tense top of the 9th here, Rick.
Yes, so if you are the Adirondack Mechanic 5s, you really would like to get somebody on base. You've got 2 batters who are coming up here who've had singles. Both of them were in the 7th inning, Captain as well as Panzer Dave. You've got to think that maybe the pitcher's going to get hit for should they get up to bat as the 4th one up this inning. Down 4-0, they need something.
They do. They need base runners. They need to get something going against Fred. They got something started with Shock Ninja and Tramp Royale in the top of the 8th, but weren't able to convert. So they're hoping that the bottom half of the lineup's going to be able to get them something here. Both the 6 and 7 hitters singled their last time up, although that was off the starting pitcher late bit. So hoping for something similar here. And taking you home the rest of the way on play-by-play, it's the Adirondack Rick.
All right, so I appreciate that. So we start off with the 6-hitter, Captain, 1977, the 428 hitter. In a single, but was caught between 2nd and 3rd on the what turned out to be a 7-5 putout in the 7th inning. Captain waits for the first delivery from Fred. Fred delivers, and this gets hit up into the air. Could it go deep enough? It is going to go deep enough, just barely home run.
Well, we've got a game all of a sudden. That's the first run of the game for the Mechanic 5s, and that fly ball had eyes. It just
Look at that, just barely over.
It didn't have to go 385 feet. It went 330 something, but it went just enough. And that counts just as much as if you'd crushed it to the upper deck. All of a sudden, we have a 3-run game, Rick.
Yeah, Panzer Dave now up to bat. Hit a single last time up. Was stranded at 2nd. That's in the 7th inning. Fred delivers. Ball. 73-mile-per-hour ball. Catches the edge of the plate, 83 mile per hour on that fastball. Dave hits this over towards right. By the way, that is the 2nd home run that's been hit by the Adirondack Mechanic 5s this season. Dave hitting and has been hitting these two pretty much with power.
Yeah, Dave and Captain are the owners of all the home runs for the Mechanic 5s this year. Dave is seeing the ball well off of Fred. He's just pulling it.
1-2. Dave pops this up. Not what he wanted. Sigil underneath it for the first of the 3 outs. And now we have Eterna Nocturnum. Over 3 day. Pops this up into the air. This is going to fall in for a single. Moonrisen Phoenix is going to cut that off, and we've got a runner on first. And now, a hitter coming in, just like we had mentioned before. And never mind, we don't know who this is.
E1. Are they from the Battery District?
So this batter here, be it Bat D1. Let me see here. You'd think they would give us some notes about these players when they pop them into this game, but apparently not.
Is it D1 or is it DI? Like die. That'd be cool.
Unfortunately, it's D1. Like D1 school. Maybe that's what it is. It's a call-up from college.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, you see this in hockey sometimes, too. When the hockey season ends, the teams will sign an undrafted free agent and take him right up to the bigs. Oh, my. Well, found some talent on the bench here. That is driven to left field for a single.
And we're going to have a change in the pitcher as Iceman comes in relief duty.
Oh, now this is interesting.
So runners on first and second. One away. Iceman coming into this game to try to close things out. Iceman currently touting a 0.00 earned run average in 18 innings pitched.
And what a choice, right? If you have to pick anybody out of your bullpen to bring in, how about the person who's thrown 2 complete game shutouts the last 2 times out to try to shut the door on this rally here? The tying runs at the plate, and it's the top of the order in Dragon Tracy.
That's correct. As Dragon Tracy awaits the delivery, pops this up into the air. Moonrisen Phoenix is going to get underneath it for the second out. Shock hitting it over to third, throws it over to second. That's it. Ball game over.
Well, all it took was 2 pitches from... and they earn Iceman his first save of the year, closing the door with the tying run at the plate on both instances. Final score 4-1 for the Spiral Cave Bunnies.
But they made it interesting there, getting the tying run up to bat. They left 2 stranded. 1 run on 3 hits. 2 left on base as the Spiral Cave Bunnies win this game 4-1.
And that's a much needed evener for the Spiral Cave Bunnies. And it wins them the weekend series. They take 2 out of 3 at home from the Mechanic Fives. But the Mechanic Fives did something important. Did 2 important things. One, they broke their 3-game losing streak. But secondly, they showed they can score runs. They scored 1 here in the nightcap, but they scored a bunch. They scored 9 runs in game 1. That'll help their Pythagorean average of runs scored versus runs given up. A valiant effort tonight. Made some noise late. Lots of runners on for the Mechanic Fives, but just couldn't get anything across.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they pulled Iceman in, and by the way, let's talk about Iceman. 18 2/3 innings now of work.
He's been impressive. He's been incredibly impressive. He's, he has the stamina to go deep into games, but as shown right there, he's got the arsenal in terms of the pitches. He's got the velocity, and his pitches have the movement to make pitches that look like they're right down the middle suddenly change direction at the last minute and result in a lot of pop-ups. And we saw that here. Got Dragon Tracy to fly out to short left and got a 1-hop grounder to third to close it out from Shock Ninja. So if you've got a pitcher like that who can give you complete game shutouts and come in an emergency situation and slam the door, if you're the manager of the Mechanic Fives, you got to be pretty pleased.
So the Adirondack Mechanic Fives now 2-4 on the season. They will get to host next weekend. All 3 night games. We got a rare weeknight game with a Thursday night game coming up here on for the 7th game of this season. They figured something out offensively in that first game of the doubleheader, getting those 9 runs scored, as you pointed out, but still some questions that do exist. But solid effort there for the Spiral Cave Bunnies, who now are 4-2, and who knows what they're going to do here in this next series.
Yeah, the next series is going to be critical. It'll be home games for the Mechanic Five, so a chance for them to a chance for them to right the ship a little bit here, get back to 500. And yeah, your point with the Mechanic 5s about the offense is really important. They've scored 23 runs in 6 games, so just under 4 runs a game. That's not bad, but 21 of those runs were in 2 games. So a little more consistency from the offense would be good. And that tonight's nightcap was kind of a prime result. Runners all over the place, but the only run that was able to come across was Captain's solo homer. So stringing a few more hits together, getting some more extra base hits should help the average out.
Yeah, speaking of averages, let's take a look at the top averages after the first 2 series of the year. Smile Fire is currently on top with a 480 batting average. Tramp Royale with a 458, 454 for Captain. Silly Person, number 4, then Z-Man, and on our way down. Z-Man leads the leagues with home runs with 4. Smile Fires with 3. Moon Risen Phoenix hitting a home run tonight.
Yeah, Smile Fire's homer hit a solo homer in the in game number 1 in a losing cause, and Moon Risen hit the 3-run homer that ended up being the difference in the game in the the 3rd inning? Yeah, 3rd inning. Just single bloop 3-run homer, and that was the lead that the Spiral Cave Bunnies would not relinquish.
Looking at the RBI, Z-Man currently with 9, Smile with 7, Captain with 5, and Sigil with 5 as well. ERA, we can't say much about. We can't say enough, rather, about Iceman with a 0.0 ERA in 18 2/3 innings of work now.
He's been ridiculously impressive. You would think that number would have to go up at some point, but it's not a one-man effort for the Spiral Cave Bunnies in the pitching department. Ray has ended up with a very respectable ERA at 2.7. Late Bit pitched really well. Late Bit gave 6 1/3 innings of, I think, 1-run ball. No, of shutout ball, but got in a little bit of trouble in the 7th. Velocity started to dip, and the manager for the Spiral Cave Bunnies wasted no time and said, nope, we're not taking any chances. Brought Fred in for an inning and 2/3 of solid relief. So they have the horses, it seems, in the pitching staff to be able to hang with the Mechanic 5s here.
And I'll give credit here to Late Bit and to Kiki. They both have brought their ERAs down. Kiki now down to 8.1. Had a 9.99 for a little bit there. So thankfully getting that number down to still needs a little bit more work, but Kiki's been doing a lot of relief efforts, so it's going to take a little more to get that number down. Obviously,
and Kiki's been called into. Kiki pitched in both games of this doubleheader. She's been putting in a lot of appearances. And some of those have been in. When you get brought in when your team's behind, you're just trying to hold the fort. And sometimes things go a little awry, but these things tend to even themselves out.
And I think Kiki's been in 5 of the 6 games so far.
Been very busy.
Extremely.
I mean, teams need folks like that who can just come in and eat innings, and help save the bullets for a future day for the rest of the staff. So it's good to see that Kiki was able to get some scoreless work here and get the ERA down.
So thank you very much for joining me for this doubleheader BBQ. You got anything you want to plug on your end?
Not really. I've got some burger and fries waiting for me for dinner, so I'll plug that. That'll be pretty good.
That sounds good. Speaking of the concession stand food.
Yeah, no, concession stand food is the way to go. But no, thanks for having me, Rick. This is fun. We should do this again. This is fun.
Yep, and if anyone wants to join in, don't forget you can fill out the form, and you will still be rotating in commentators all throughout the season. AdirondackRick's Chat Plays Baseball Stars is a presentation of twitch.tv/AdirondackRick and is brought to you by, apparently, according to bbq.gov, alcohol. Enjoy and please drive safely. Also brought to you by your mother. Be sure to wish her a happy Mother's Day tomorrow.
Here, here. Yes. A great call. Yes. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. Busiest phone day of the year. Give your mom a call. If you can visit her, say hi.
and also brought to you by you. So this would not have been a presentation without the people who decided to throw their name into the ring, spend the carrots, and get involved in this game. So thank you very much, and we'll see you for the next series Thursday night at 7:05 over at the Adirondack Mechanic 5s.